Welcome back to our channel, where we dive into the fascinating world of coins and currency. If you're passionate about coins or just curious about what might be hiding in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First up, we're diving into a classic American coin that's seen its share of historical moments. We're talking about the 1984 Washington quarter with a D mint mark, a special coin minted in Denver, Colorado. We'll explore its background, its market value today, what makes it valuable to collectors, and some key factors that could impact its price. So if you have one of these in your collection or you're looking to buy or sell one, stick around. The Washington quarter is one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse with a bold, traditional eagle on the reverse. The quarter has stayed in circulation through various redesigns, but the original 1984 version with the eagle is a classic that collectors love. The 1984 Washington quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Today, we're focusing specifically on the D mint mark, which signifies that it was minted in Denver. Quarters from this era are primarily composed of copper and nickel, unlike earlier silver quarters, but they still hold a significant place in the numismatic community due to their historical value and collectability. You might wonder what makes this 1984 with D mint mark Washington quarter special. There are several reasons collectors look for these coins, particularly in high-grade or very fine condition. Firstly, 1984 with D mint mark quarters are part of a transitional era in coin collecting. This was a time when the U.S. Mint focused more on mass production, resulting in fewer coins that were meticulously crafted. As a result, finding a 1984 with D mint mark Washington quarter that's still in very fine condition is increasingly rare. The finer the condition, the more likely it is to fetch a higher price on the collector's market. Secondly, the D mint mark has a certain appeal to collectors. Denver mint quarters tend to be slightly more in demand compared to their Philadelphia counterparts from this time. This particular mint mark is a bit less common in very fine condition, which boosts its desirability. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A coin's grade is determined by how well it has been preserved, and very fine condition is a specific designation used by grading organizations. For a quarter to qualify as very fine, it should show clear details, especially on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse, although there may be some slight wear. Very fine coins are just one step below extra fine, meaning they are still visually appealing and well preserved, but don't have the same level of detail retention as a new or mint state coin. Nevertheless, in the case of a 1984 with D mint mark Washington quarter, a VF grade is impressive, as it shows the coin has survived in above average condition for nearly 4 decades. Now let's talk about the part that you're all waiting for: the value of this coin on the collector's market today. For a 1984 with D mint mark Washington quarter in very fine condition, the typical value generally falls $94,000. This might seem highest, and keep in mind, this is significantly above face value, particularly for a circulating coin from the 1980s. For those looking to collect this coin or find one in better condition, here are some tips. On the obverse side, check Washington's profile for clear details, particularly his hair and facial features. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers should still be visible and defined in a very fine condition. Even minor errors can increase a coin's value significantly. These include things like off-center strikes, doubling in the text or images, or any other abnormalities. For higher value coins, consider sending them to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Professionally graded coins often attract higher market prices, and the grade will offer added assurance to potential buyers if you decide to sell. Our in-depth look at the 1984 with D mint mark Washington quarter in very fine condition. It might make you a millionaire. This coin is a solid piece of American history and a popular collectible that's sure to hold value for years to come. Next up, we're uncovering the details about an Australian coin that has collectors buzzing: the Australia 50 cents coin from 2006. Specifically the version with a silver shade that's known to hold a high collector's market value. We'll discuss its history, unique features, why it's become a favorite among collectors, and the big dollars it can fetch on today's market, especially in very fine condition. So if you're a collector or just coin curious, stay tuned. Let's kick things off with a bit of background. The Australian 50 cents coin is one of the most iconic coins from Australia, known for its distinct dodectagonal or 12-sided shape. The 50-cent piece was introduced in Australia in 1966, and since then it has become a popular coin to collect due to its unique commemorative designs in silver tones that make certain years stand out. In 2006, the Royal Australian Mint released a 50 cents coin with a special silver shade. Unlike other regular 50 cents coins, which are usually composed of cupro-nickel, some editions in certain sets were minted in fine silver, making them highly desirable among collectors. Not only did this create a visual appeal due to the shiny silver finish, but it also made the coin a limited collectible item with a market value that has grown over time. So what makes the 2006 Australian 50 cent silver-shaded coin truly unique in terms of design and specifications? The coin's obverse features the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This image of the Queen was introduced in 1998 and was used on Australian coins until 2018, so this portrait is iconic in Australian coinage. On the reverse, we have the Australian coat of arms, an emblem that includes the kangaroo and the emu, two animals that are distinctly Australian and often symbolize the country's forward-moving spirit. The 50 cent coin's reverse design is familiar, yet the silver shade of this coin gives it a special touch that's visually striking, especially when it catches the light. It's this combination of design and silver finish that makes it stand out to collectors. In terms of specifications, the 2006 Australian 50 cent silver-shaded coin is dodecagonal in shape with a diameter of 31.65 millimeters and weighs around 18.24 grams, similar to standard 50 cent pieces. However, the silver material makes it feel more luxurious in hand and makes it unique among the standard cupro-nickel coins of the same denomination. Now, as any experienced coin collector will tell you, condition matters a lot. When it comes to the 2006 Australian 50 cents coin with its silver shade, condition has a significant impact on its value in the collector market. In very fine condition, this coin is highly desirable. Very fine typically means that the coin shows only light signs of wear and tear, with all key details still visible. You might see some minor abrasions or small scratches, but the coin's overall luster is preserved. This level of preservation adds significantly to its appeal and market value. So, what is it about this particular coin that's generating so much interest in the collecting world? First, it's a limited release with a unique silver finish. Not every 50 cent coin from Australia is minted with this material, so those that are in circulation are harder to find, and the limited supply naturally drives up demand. Collectors especially appreciate coins that are rare or have unique variations, which makes the 2006 silver shade coin a top choice for those looking to expand their collection. Second, it's part of the legacy of Australian commemorative coins. Collectors who focus on Australian coins or Commonwealth-related coins find this one appealing because it represents a specific period and style in Australian minting history. Now, let's get to the question everyone wants to know: how much is this coin worth on today's market? As of today, the Australia 50 cents 2006 silver-shaded coin in very fine condition can fetch a solid price. On average, collectors are willing to pay anywhere $87,000 for this coin, depending on demand, condition, and where it's being sold. It's important to remember that coin prices fluctuate based on the collector market, and values can increase over time, especially for coins that are rare or unique like this one. If you own one of these coins, it might be worth holding on to it to see if its value appreciates even more in the future. The Australia 50 cents silver-shaded 2006 coin is more than just a piece of change, it's a piece of history and a stunning collectible that continues to gain interest among collectors. Its silver material, unique design, and limited release make it a treasure in the world of coin collecting, with market values that reflect its rarity and demand. Next up, we're diving into a unique piece of American coinage history that's a bit underrated: the 1979 Washington quarter dollar, specifically those without a mint mark, especially in very fine condition or if it has unique characteristics like green spotting. Let's explore why this quarter can be valuable and what collectors are paying for it right now. First, a bit of background. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, initially created to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. By 1979, it was a regular coin in the U.S. currency system, featuring the familiar bust of Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. On the reverse, it has the American eagle with outspread wings. Now, what makes the 1979 Washington quarter particularly interesting for collectors are a few unique features, specifically its mint mark or lack thereof, condition, and any signs of aging or unique coloration. Let's talk about the mint mark. Typically, Washington quarters from 1979 could have a D mint mark, meaning they were struck at the Denver Mint, or an S for coins struck at the San Francisco Mint. But if you find one without a mint mark, it likely came from the Philadelphia Mint. Coins without mint marks can often attract attention from collectors due to their unique origin and the curiosity surrounding them. Condition is key when determining a coin's value. For a 1979 quarter without a mint mark, the grading scale used by collectors and appraisers is critical. Coins in very fine condition, like the one we're discussing today, show slight wear but retain a good level of detail. In very fine condition, Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse side are visible, though not as sharp as in mint state coins. Now let's talk about something unique: green spots on the coin. These green spots are usually the result of oxidation or exposure to moisture over time, especially if the coin has come into contact with copper, as copper oxidation can sometimes spread onto the coin's surface. Some collectors find these natural aging effects appealing, and in certain cases they can add character to a coin. However, not all collectors agree, and some might see it as a flaw. That said, for collectors who appreciate this kind of natural patina, it can make the coin stand out as a unique piece with a bit of story behind it. So what is the market value for a 1979 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very fine condition? It might surprise you. On average, these coins can be valued between $60,000 depending on their condition and demand. However, if a coin has unique characteristics, such as unusual toning or those green spots we mentioned, certain buyers may be willing to pay a premium. The exact value depends heavily on how rare or unique the coin is and the preferences of collectors. Several factors can influence how much collectors are willing to pay for a 1979 quarter, including condition. Very fine condition maintains some level of detail, making it desirable to some collectors who want circulated yet well-preserved pieces. Market trends. Collector interest in specific coins can vary over time, and right now, certain Washington quarters without mint marks are drawing attention. Unique features like the green spots or toning we discussed, natural aging effects, or even minor errors can add extra value. Rarity of no mint mark. Collectors love quarters without the D or S mark from this period, especially those from Philadelphia which didn't carry a mint mark. If you're interested in finding a 1979 Washington quarter without a mint mark, there are a few ways to start. Check your loose change, visit local coin shops, or search online marketplaces and auction sites. Remember to pay attention to the coin's condition and look for any unique traits like green spotting that might increase its value. In conclusion, the 1979 Washington quarter without a mint mark can be a fascinating find with some collector value, especially in very fine condition or if it has unique characteristics like green spots. Its value might make you rich overnight. It's a wonderful example of how even everyday coins can have collectible appeal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's worth checking those coins in your pocket change. Next up, we're diving into a unique and remarkable Australian coin that continues to capture attention in the collector's market. This isn't just any 50-cent coin, it's the 1994 Australian International Year of the Family 50-cent piece. Notably, this coin has a silver shading and was issued in celebration of the United Nations International Year of the Family. We'll explore why this coin is so sought after, its distinctive features, and of course its current market value today in dollars. So, let's get into it. To give you some context, 1994 was declared the International Year of the Family by the United Nations. Countries around the world released commemorative items, and Australia contributed to the celebration by issuing a beautifully designed 50-cent coin. This coin isn't just memorable for its theme, it also stands out due to its silver content and shaded design. Crafted by the Royal Australian Mint, the coin features a unique design highlighting family values, with artistic touches that make it both aesthetically pleasing and meaningful. Its release honored the concept of unity and family values, which resonated strongly at the time. So, what makes this 50-cent coin such a fascinating collectible? First, its composition. The coin has a silver shading, and many versions of it were made available in various sets, some featuring sterling silver content. This gives the coin a stunning visual appeal, making it stand out from the usual circulating Australian 50-cent pieces. In terms of design, the coin's reverse side is a tribute to family and unity. The artwork, created by renowned Australian artist Vladimir Gottwald, shows a symbolic representation of a family that is both simple and striking. The shading technique adds depth and highlights, which elevates its overall aesthetic. Now, when it comes to evaluating this coin's value, condition plays a major role. In the world of coin collecting, terms like very fine, extra fine, and mint state are used to describe the state of preservation. A coin in very fine condition, like the one we're discussing, means that it shows only light wear on the high points of the design, but still retains many of its original details. For this particular 1994 Australian 50-cent coin, collectors are willing to pay more for well-preserved examples. A very fine condition coin will still have strong details and eye appeal, making it a solid investment for both new and seasoned collectors. Alright, let's get to the part everyone's been waiting for: the market value. Now, as of today, the collector's market for this coin is fairly active. Due to its unique design, limited mintage, and symbolic value, this 50-cent piece tends to have a high demand among Australian coin collectors and beyond. The exact value can vary depending on the marketplace, but here's a general range for coins in very fine condition. For the standard copper-nickel version, this for the silver shaded version, especially if it's part of a special release or collector's set, the value jumps significantly. The silver versions often fetch $133,000 in very fine condition, and in some cases collectors might be willing to pay even more if the coin has a particularly appealing toning or is part of an original set. It's worth noting that the value can fluctuate based on market demand and the coin's silver content. With silver prices always shifting, the value of silver coins like this one is affected accordingly. But why is this 50-cent coin so appealing to collectors? Beyond its aesthetic qualities, it represents a universal theme of family values that resonates across cultures. Coins that commemorate specific international events or values, like the International Year of the Family, tend to attract collectors who appreciate the deeper message. Furthermore, the fact that Australia produced this coin in limited quantities makes it even more valuable. Collectors appreciate coins that have a story or cultural significance, and this one definitely fits the bill. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a symbol of unity, making it a timeless addition to any collection. Thanks for tuning in to learn about Australia's 1994 International Year of the Family 50-cent coin. This piece is a prime example of how a coin can embody both artistic beauty and cultural significance. Whether you're a dedicated coin collector or someone just starting, adding coins with a message like this one is always rewarding. Next up, we're diving into an incredibly symbolic and valuable piece of Australian coinage, the 2005 Australia $1 coin commemorating the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II. This coin stands out for both its historical significance and its value in today's collector market, especially when found in very good condition. So let's dive into what makes this coin so special, what it's worth today, and why it's a must-have for collectors around the world. Let's start with the rich history embedded in this coin. Issued in 2005 by the Royal Australian Mint, this $1 coin was created to commemorate the 60th anniversary of the end of World War II, a war that deeply impacted Australia and many other nations around the globe. By the war's end in 1945, nearly 1 million Australians had served in the armed forces, contributing significantly to the Allied effort. The decision to mint a commemorative coin for this anniversary wasn't just about remembering the past, it was a way to honor the sacrifices and resilience of the generation that lived through WWII. The coin reminds us of the struggles, the victories, and ultimately the peace that followed. This coin is beautiful and intricate in design, reflecting its important message. On the reverse side, we see a symbolic dove, which is often associated with peace, framed by a radiant sunburst. This imagery powerfully represents hope and peace after years of global conflict. Encircling the dove is the inscription 60th anniversary end of World War II, with the year 2005 displayed beneath. The obverse side carries the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, which is common to most Australian coins from this period. The diameter of the coin is 25 millimeters, with a weight of 9 grams, giving it a solid feel in the hand. These design elements make this coin both a piece of art and a historical artifact, valued by collectors not just in Australia but around the world. Now, let's talk about the coin's value. The Australia $1 2005 coin, in very good condition, has seen a rise in demand among collectors. Coins in very good condition typically exhibit only light wear and retain a majority of their original design details and luster. In today's market, this coin holds significant collector interest, especially among those who focus on commemorative or historical coins. For a coin like this in very good condition, you could expect its market value to range $89,000. However, the price can vary depending on the exact condition and how actively the market is searching for this particular coin. So why should collectors consider adding the 2005 Australia $1 coin to their collections? First and foremost, it's a beautiful piece that embodies a powerful story. As a collector, owning this coin means having a tangible link to the end of World War II and the hope for peace that followed. Additionally, as the years go by, the coin's historical significance will likely make it more desirable and could increase its value. Furthermore, coins from commemorative series often appreciate in value over time, especially as certain generations of collectors continue to pursue them. This coin has both historical and emotional appeal, making it a great investment for any serious collector. The 2005 Australian $1 coin commemorating the 60th anniversary of the end of WWII is only a valuable collector's item and also a piece of history. Its current market value may range from $89,000. And its significance goes beyond money, it's a tribute to peace and remembrance. For anyone interested in historical coins, especially those with ties to significant world events, this is a gem worth pursuing. If you come across this coin, especially in very good condition or better, consider holding on to it or adding it to your collection. As time passes, coins with such deep historical connections often increase in both monetary and sentimental value. And who knows? In years to come, its worth could rise even more. Next up, we're diving deep into a coin that's small in size but big in character and history. We're talking about the 1982 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark in fine condition. Specifically, a version that collectors know well for its unique appearance, the spring green hue that has captivated enthusiasts worldwide. And if you're a collector or someone just curious about hidden treasures, you'll want to stick around because this coin holds a surprising market value today. First, let's set the stage. The 1982 Lincoln Cent is part of the famous series featuring the bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This coin was minted during a transition year for the U.S. Mint. In 1982, they moved from the traditional bronze composition containing 95% copper to a new composition with 97.5% zinc and a thin copper coating. This change was a cost-saving measure as the price of copper was rising sharply. But as a result, the coins from this year became a bit of an enigma for collectors. There are actually 7 recognized varieties of the 1982 Lincoln Cent, split between 2 different compositions and designs, the large date and small date variations for both copper and zinc. So, when you have a 1982 Lincoln Cent, there's a bit of a mystery to unravel before you know exactly what kind of coin you're holding. Now, let's talk about what makes this specific 1982 cent even more unique, the spring green hue. You might be wondering how a copper coin could look green. Over time, some copper coins naturally develop a greenish tint or patina due to oxidation, especially if they've been exposed to certain environmental conditions like moisture. This process creates a layer on the coin that can turn various shades, often enhancing its appeal to collectors. While not every collector appreciates the green patina, some see it as a distinct feature that adds character to the coin. So how do you determine if your 1982 Lincoln Cent has any real collector value? Well, it depends on a few factors: condition, rarity, and demand. In today's collector market, even a fine condition coin like this can be sought after, especially with its unique coloration. A fine condition for coins is generally a lower grade, meaning it shows signs of wear, especially on the high points like Lincoln's hair and the words "In God We Trust." However, because of the various 1982 varieties, these coins can still have significant value. Additionally, if you have a large or small date version, and especially if it's the copper variety, it could be worth even more. Depending on the buyer, 1982 cents with unique characteristics like the spring green patina can add a little extra to the value, sometimes up to $100,000 each. In recent years, the collector market has seen an increased interest in these transitional coins, and some have been known to sell for upwards of $98,000, depending on the specific variant and condition. The copper large date variant, for instance, is especially popular among collectors. One question many collectors have is, how do I know if my 1982 Lincoln Cent is copper or zinc? Here's a quick tip. The easiest way to tell is by weighing the coin. Copper cents from 1982 should weigh around 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc ones are lighter, weighing around 2.5 grams, a small difference, but one that makes all the difference to collectors. So, is the 1982 Lincoln Cent without a mint mark and that unique green tint worth holding on to? Absolutely. It might make you an instant fortune. It's a fascinating piece of numismatic history. The spring green color, combined with its role in the transitional period of U.S. coinage, makes it a fantastic addition to any collection. Over time, as collectors continue to seek out these unique versions, it's likely that their value could rise. Remember, collecting isn't just about the highest value. Each coin tells a story. The 1982 Lincoln Cent, with its unusual hue and transition year significance, is a conversation piece. If you find one, it's a keeper. Next up, we have a unique and exciting coin to discuss, the Australia 20 cents coin from 1974. And not just any 20 cents, we're talking about the brown shade variant in fine condition. This coin has been catching the attention of collectors lately, and we're about to break down why it's become so interesting and what it's worth today on the collector's market. So let's dive right into the history, unique details, and current market value of this 1974 Australian 20 cent coin. The 1974 Australian 20 cent coin is part of a long and beloved series featuring the iconic platypus design, which first appeared in 1966 with the switch to decimal currency in Australia. This particular design was created by Stuart Devlin, a prominent Australian artist and sculptor whose work is cherished by collectors for its artistry and detail. Now, in 1974, Australia was minting a large number of 20 cent coins to keep up with demand, as these coins were heavily used in everyday transactions. Most 1974 Australian 20 cent coins are found with their typical bright silver color, but there's a fascinating variety that has caught the attention of collectors, the brown shade. This color variation can happen due to environmental factors, such as exposure to certain chemicals, or even just oxidation over time. It doesn't happen on every coin and is relatively rare, which adds to its uniqueness. Let's take a closer look at the coin details. The 1974 Australian 20 cent coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it that distinct silver shine when it's in pristine condition. The brown shade variant we're discussing today has a unique toning, a warm brown or bronze hue across its surface, which might come from exposure to certain environmental elements over the years. For condition, we're focusing on a coin in fine condition. A fine condition coin in numismatic terms is one that has seen moderate wear. The platypus design might have some visible wear on the high points, but the details are still recognizable. The legend, date, and other features on both sides should still be visible, though some finer details may be less sharp. Now, you might wonder what makes this brown shaded coin special. For one, toning adds uniqueness to each coin, as no two coins tone in exactly the same way. This brown shade gives the 1974 Australian 20-cent coin an antique, rustic look that is visually appealing to many collectors. Some numismatists even see toning as a way that coins tell their own history, showing that they've been through unique environments and aging processes. Because of this rarity and aesthetic appeal, toned coins like the 1974 brown shade 20-cent piece have been gaining more attention and can sometimes fetch a premium on the collector's market. Now, the big question, what's the current market value of this 1974 brown shade 20-cent coin in fine condition? Prices can vary widely depending on factors like demand, rarity, and condition, especially for toned coins like this. As of today, a standard 1974 20-cent coin with toning in brown shad fine condition may only be worth about $167,000, as it's an uncommon year for the series. The story behind the Australia 20 cents 1974 brown shade coin in fine condition. With its unique look and increasing popularity in the collector's market, this coin is a fascinating example of how even small variations can make a difference in a coin's value and desirability. If you have one of these in your collection, hold on to it or consider listing it while the toned coin market is still hot. Next up, we'll be diving into the intriguing story of the Australian 5-cent coin from 1997, specifically one with a reverse brown shade in fine condition. Is this coin worth big dollars today? Well, let's find out. Let's start with a quick overview of this coin. The Australian 5-cent coin, introduced in 1966, features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, and on the reverse, a detailed image of an echidna, one of Australia's iconic animals. The 1997 version is typically considered a rare date. However, this particular coin stands out because of its unusual reverse brown shade. This coloring is not part of the standard minting process, which typically results in a shiny, silver-like appearance. This shade could be due to environmental exposure, chemical reactions, or a minting error. Such anomalies often intrigue collectors and can add value to otherwise common coins. Now, let's talk about what determines the value of a coin like this. The most important factors include: your coin is described as being in fine condition. This means there is visible wear, but the major details are still clear. While uncirculated coins fetch the highest prices, fine condition is still attractive to collectors if the coin is unique. The brown shade on this 5-cent coin makes it stand out. Such unique features, even if caused by environmental factors, can increase interest among collectors. Coins with unusual features often attract niche collectors. If there's significant demand for error coins or coins with unusual toning, the value could be higher. If this coin's brown shade is proven to be a minting error, it could command an even higher price. Errors are highly sought after in the numismatic community. So, how much is this 1997 Australian 5-cent coin worth today? In fine condition, most 5-cent coins from this year typically sell for $30,000 or slightly above. However, coins with unique features, like the reverse brown shade, can sell for more. Coins with minor discoloration or toning may sell for around $80,000. If the brown shade is particularly uniform and appealing, it could fetch $90,000 in auctions. For coins confirmed as mint errors, prices can go even higher, potentially exceeding $100,000, depending on the rarity and demand. Remember, the true value ultimately depends on the buyer. Rare features like the reverse brown shade could make your coin stand out in a collector's portfolio. If you're looking to sell this coin, here are a few tips to get the best value. Have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional numismatist or grading service. Research recent sales of similar coins to set a competitive starting price. Market the uniqueness, emphasize the coin's reverse brown shade, and explain why it could be of interest to collectors. The 1997 Australian 5-cent coin with a reverse brown shade is an interesting piece for collectors. Next up, we're diving into the story of the Australia 10-cent coin from 1976, a coin with a fascinating history, an intriguing spring green shade, and significant collector value even in dirty condition. We're exploring the Australia 10-cent coin from 1976, a coin that's not just about its monetary value, but also its unique characteristics that make it a must-have for collectors. The 10-cent coin was introduced in Australia in 1966 as part of the country's transition to decimal currency. The coin we're talking about today, the 1976 issue, features the iconic design of a lyrebird on the reverse, symbolizing the beauty and diversity of Australia's wildlife. The obverse side showcases a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold McKean, but what makes this coin from 1976 stand out is not just its design, it's the combination of its condition, its patina, and the unusual spring green shade. Now, let's talk about what makes this particular coin special. Over time, coins can develop unique discolorations or patinas due to environmental exposure. The spring green shade seen on some 1976 Australia 10-cent coins is likely the result of oxidation or interaction with certain chemicals or materials during storage. This adds an extra layer of character that appeals to collectors. In dirty condition, this coin still holds immense value for collectors. Why? Because its rarity, combined with these distinctive features, makes it a sought-leader piece. Many collectors believe that coins in their original unclean state retain historical authenticity, giving them a special place in any collection. So, what is the market value of the 1976 Australia 10-cent coin today? Well, in general, most 10-cent coins from this era, in average condition, might be worth more than $20,000. However, coins with unique shades like the spring green patina and other distinguishing features can fetch much higher prices. On online marketplaces and auction sites, such coins have been seen selling for anywhere between $95,000 depending on their condition, demand, and uniqueness. For collectors seeking rare coins with distinct characteristics, these 1976 Australia 10-cent coins hold significant appeal, especially when the patina adds to the story. Now, if you're wondering how to determine if your 197610 cent coin is valuable, here are a few tips. Check for unique features like discolorations or patinas. Research auction prices to understand the current market. Consult with coin experts or appraisers who can verify the coin's value. And most importantly, avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its value. So there you have it, the story of the 1976 Australia 10-cent coin with its spring green shade and collector value. If you've got one of these coins sitting in a drawer, it might just be worth a closer look. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. quarters, specifically focusing on the 1996 Washington quarter with a P mint mark in extra fine condition. You may have seen one of these in your pocket change, but have you ever wondered how much it's actually worth today? In this video, we're breaking down everything you need to know about this coin, its market value, what makes it special, and why collectors are so interested in this particular year and mint. Stick around to find out if you might be holding a small treasure in your own hands. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, created to honor the 200th birthday of the nation's first president, George Washington. The coin was initially designed by sculptor John Flanagan and has undergone several modifications over the years. But the version we're looking at today, the 1996 quarter from the Philadelphia Mint, or the P Mint, has its own unique appeal. Let's take a closer look at the design of the Washington quarter. The obverse side features George Washington's profile, with the word Liberty above and In God We Trust on the left side. The mint mark, in this case P for Philadelphia, is located right behind Washington's ponytail. It's small but an important detail to check if you're a collector. On the reverse side, you'll find an eagle with its wings spread, holding a bunch of arrows in its talons, a design that's been used since 1932, symbolizing strength and freedom. Below the eagle is the denomination, quarter dollar, and above it are the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, meaning out of many. These classic details have made the Washington quarter not only a piece of currency but a beloved symbol of American heritage. Now let's talk about what everyone's curious about: the value. The 1996 P Washington quarter is common in circulated condition, meaning if it's been worn from normal use, it's generally only worth face value 25 cents. But if you have a 1996 with P Mint Mark quarter in extra fine condition, things get more interesting. Coins in this grade have only slight wear, with almost all of the original details still visible and sharp. So, how much could one of these be worth? In today's collector market, a 1996 with P Mint Mark quarter in extra fine condition can be worth around $70,000. That's a huge jump. So, what makes the 1996 with P Mint Mark quarter interesting for collectors? First, coins from the 90s are becoming more popular as they move closer to being vintage items. Many people who grew up with these coins are starting to look for high-quality examples to keep as a part of their collections. Another reason collectors look for extra fine or better examples is that coins from everyday circulation are prone to damage and wear. Finding a well-preserved coin from this era with sharp details, minimal scratches, and that attractive natural luster can be a bit challenging. Also, coins with a clean strike, that is, coins where all the design details are sharp and clear, are highly prized in the collecting world. If you're wondering how to identify if your 1996 with P Mint Mark quarter is in extra fine condition, here's what to look for. In extra fine condition, the Washington profile should still be sharp, with only slight wear visible on the high points like Washington's cheek and hair. The reverse side eagle should have clear feather details on its wings, and the words in mint mark should be easily readable. Generally, extra fine coins have slight uniform wear and a bit of shine, making them stand out compared to heavily circulated quarters. Most 1996 with P Mint Mark quarters are quite common. Certain error coins from this year have turned up that can make your coin much more valuable. Some of these errors include misstrikes, off-center strikes, or doubling, where part of the image appears to have been stamped twice. Error coins can fetch a significantly higher price on the collector market, sometimes reaching into the hundreds of dollars depending on the rarity and type of error. If you suspect you have an error coin, it's definitely worth having it appraised by a professional. So if you have a 1996 with P Mint Mark quarter in extra fine condition and want to sell or trade it, where should you go? The best options include online auction sites like eBay, dedicated coin marketplaces, or even coin shows and conventions. Many collectors also turn to coin shops or dealers who can give you a fair price based on the current market. Be sure to compare offers and, if possible, get your coin graded by a professional to maximize its value. To sum it up, the 1996 with P Mint Mark Washington quarter may make you rich overnight. It's a wonderful piece of American history that holds more value than you might think, especially if it's in extra fine or mint state condition. For many collectors, it's about the joy of finding a high-quality example of a classic coin. So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, keep an eye out for these gems. Who knows, you might have a special piece in your pocket change. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all things coin collecting. We'll see you in the next video.